with Shelly, we're gonna double that. Look at the triggers, and that's GG's. Absolutely broken. Ladies and gentlemen, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode of the Man of Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. We've got Ancient Grixis, that is right. So we got Ancient 1. Okay, let's just go straight into this. This is an 8/8 for 2. Now, obviously, if you have not descended to 8 with 8 permanent cards in your graveyard, you can't attack or block, but that is okay because even if you don't have that, which it is relatively easy, we'll get into that, how it's easy to do that in a second, but even if you don't, it is wonderful for the Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. I'm sure there are maybe probably some other content creators that have made this because it's pretty much low-hanging fruit, but look at this. You get an 8/8 for 2. On turn 3, you can crack this Ob Nixilis, and the token copy is going to have 8 power, or 8 loyalty, not power, but you have the -7. The -7 that you can play immediately, and this is actually lethal if, again, you have to have a few combo pieces in board, but as long as you have the Ancient 1, Ob Nixilis, and the Sheoldred, it is possible to win just like that. Obviously, whenever you make them draw, they lose 7 life from the Ob Nixilis, and then Sheoldred is going to bonk them another 2 life for each one. That is going to be a total of 21. Yeah, 21. And then Sheoldred just does its thing, and then from there, it's just lights out. I do have one Everflowing Well. I don't think this is like quite the matchup. It is nice because it mills you out. So that is nice, and it does give you a little bit of card advantage, but the Myriad Pools, it is cool, but it's just kind of more like a cool trick rather than the core aspect. I do have more things I want to do with the Everflowing Well. Just don't think this is really like a very good chance to showcase it. Let's go for the Wail of Forgotten. This card, when I first saw this, it was very, very like underwhelming to me, but now that I'm playing it, it is absolutely wonderful. Not only does it mill you if you don't have a Cruel Somnophage, something to kind of like fuel the kind of point of the deck, this thing, if you play it for 3, all 3 modes, it's just kind of crazy. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You get them to discard, and you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest into the graveyard. So this card, like most of the time, if you're playing on turn 2, you're just going to use it to look at the top 3 cards of your library and then kind of mill yourself out. But that's good enough. That is so powerful to set up your draw and to fuel to your graveyard. Just wonderful. I've got the Gnawing Vermin here as well, and you know what, just because it's a mill. Let's talk about the Cobbled Lancer. This card sees no love. I've been waiting a long time to be able to kind of use this. I think this card is like really good. As an additional cost to cast a spell, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Now, I know you're saying, but man, you're eating your graveyard to cast this. Don't you want a big graveyard? The answer is yeah, but getting a 3/3 for 1 in a lot of like tight chord matchups, it's really good. And then for the 4, for later, you can just draw a card. I am not running this in 4-ofs because of the reasons mentioned above. It can kind of clog your hand a little bit, but most of the time, we do not care about the 1 card. It's well worth it. Speaking of which, we do have the Corpse Appraiser also eating our graveyard. But again, it's well worth it. It really is. Like, I mean, being able to dig into your deck for either answers, for Ob Nixilis, or your combo pieces is well worth the price of admission. So I don't mind eating our graveyard a little bit, especially when we are just milling and milling and milling. Last but not least, you got the Souls of Loss. I'm only running 3 instead of 4. I do think 4 is a little bit cloggy. There are certain times where you don't really want the Souls of Loss. Discarding a card or sacrificing a permanent can be pretty hefty, so that is a little bit but again, wonderful card, absolutely love it. And last but not least, with the Callous Sell-Sword, just the fling. The 2/2 body that comes in later is pretty nice as well, but being able to just fling a huge Souls of the Lost or Cruel Somnophage or something like that, I mean, what else could you ask for? Can finish off games like that. That's pretty much the deck here. I mean, this is pretty much, it's pretty straightforward. Go ahead and leave me a like. The button looks just like this. Consider joining the channel. I would really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Max, how we doing here? That is, man, how'd you just get the name Max? You must have been like pretty early to the game, but alright. So, I mean, I'm really liking this deck. Obviously, there are a couple of deck lists. I see some that go a little bit more into like the control side, but I think this one's a little bit more aggro. I typically do want to get my, like, this one's like pretty to the point. I do also run the Corpse Appraiser. Let's start off with the Wail of the Forgotten. This card, when I first read this card, I thought it was just like kind of meh, but like now that I'm playing with this deck, it is an absolute must. It is a 4-of. I absolutely love Wail of the Forgotten. When it's not that hard to get to the Descend, and then when you get all 3 modes for just 2 mana, it feels pretty broken, I'm not gonna lie, but... Alright, so we grabbed our Ob Nixilis, and I mean, the game's pretty straightforward from here. Obviously, we are playing Dinos. Dinos is so good, man. I played Dinos on, well, 2 days ago, I released the Dino deck, but Dino decks are so good. Alright, I'm going to drop the Everflowing Well. I am getting nervous, because going for the Everflowing Well is more just like for card advantage, but now we do have our Sheoldred and our Ob Nixilis. So if we can survive 2 more turns, we have the combo. We have the Ancient one, we have Ob Nixilis, and we have Shelly. So down to 14, and that Raptor's a little scary. That Raptor's a little scary because it does add 2 green mana, so I don't think that they can kill us. So I think what becomes, if we want to get down the Ancient one, the most mana efficient thing we can do is to drop Shelly. Yeah, let's I think we're just gonna have to go with it. Like, we're so far behind. I think let's throw the Hail Mary. I could go for like Ob Nixilis, Corpse Appraiser, Search or something. At this point, it's kind of make or break. So let's drop the Haunted Ridge and just go for Shelly. If they kill the Shelly with like I forgot what it's called, the Stomp or whatever, then I think it just is what it is. But as long as Shelly lives a turn, we literally have lethal on board. This is crazy. We have lethal right this. Atali, okay. Atali doesn't even have haste, so we're okay here. I don't really care. You can take the Yearling, that's fine. Corpse Appraiser, that's fine. I do not care. I think we're gonna win. This is how broken this combination is. As long as Shelly lives, which again, yep, we're good. They don't have haste. They don't have lethal. They're not threatening us for anything. Yeah, we're looking good. 7-2. I don't care. That's only 12 damage. I do not care. Come right through. Come right through, and I think we're gonna take this. Yeah, we're gonna take this. So we gain a little bit of life with Shelly, but that is not the key reason why we love this so much. Let's go ahead and drop you. The Ancient one, we don't care that we have the Descend 8. We don't have that fulfilled. It does not matter. Here it is. We got Shelly, we got Ob Nixilis, and the Ancient one. After we sacrifice the Ancient one, it's pretty much just gonna be game over. Let's go. We're going to sacrifice the Ancient one. Let's go. And with the 8, that's all we need. We just cast the ultimate for this one. Hello, Ob. Hello, Ob. How are we doing? And we take the -7 straight to Max's face. Max, you may be an OG, but guess what? You lose 7 life. And with Shelly, we're going to double that. Look at the triggers, and that's GG's. Absolutely broken. Wail 105, how we doing here? I think this is a keeper. This looks like a pretty good hand. As long as you have like one mill outlet with something else, I mean, you're pretty much fine. There are some hands that are mulligans just because you don't have like the mill going on, but Gnawing Vermin. Gnawing Vermin kind of reminds me of like what, the Stitcher Supplier. Obviously we would prefer the Stitcher Supplier, but Gnawing Vermin's an okay substitute for standard. Collector's Vault. Alright, so some sort of reanimation, I'm sure. So it becomes, do we want to drop the Ancient one, or do we want to go for the Wail of the Forgotten? I really like the Wail of the Forgotten. I think, because there's no way, let's go ahead and set up our next draw. I don't think, there's really no way for us to get into 8 with the Ancient one, and we don't have Ob, so I think we can go for Wail of the Forgotten instead. I'm going to go for the Gnawing Vermin instead of Shelly. I think in this matchup, if they just reanimate something, I don't think Shelly's going to be that threatening, so... What I really want is the Wail of Forgotten to get into all modes. I think that's gonna be how we do this. I'm telling you, when you get into Descend 8, oh my gosh, not obviously the Ancient one is so good, but the Wail of the Forgotten just feels broken. So let's go ahead and drop Darkslick Shores. This will be our last chance to do so. And how do we want to go for the Ancient one? I think going for Ancient one and Gnawing Vermin's a little bit better than Corpse Appraiser. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's pay the 1, no problem. We gotta put the 8/8 on board, just because, you know, we know what they have up their sleeve. They got some reanimation stuff, and I'm not interested. I don't think they're running board wipes, but oh, okay. Well, I suppose they are. Depopulate. That's kind of a bummer. At least we get a draw from our Corpse Appraiser being multicolored, so. I think we can recover from this. And now look at the Wail of the Forgotten. Here we go, baby. Descend 8, and now getting all 3 of these for just 2. Pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll bounce your Collector's Vault back. We could do the Treasure, but I think we'll take the Collector's Vault a little bit better because let's prevent them from discarding. Now they're gonna have to discard a card, and we still get to kind of fix up our next move. So Souls of the Lost. Okay, Souls of the Lost is crazy good. Obviously it does die to just simple removal, but what doesn't nowadays, you know? Let's go ahead and discard our land. The thing's gonna come in tapped anyway. So a 12-13. Not too shabby. All right. Okay, let's see here. Even if they have another Depopulate, it's not the end of the world. I really like this Corpse Appraiser for that reason. Being able to set up your draws here. I think the Corpse Appraiser is just I mean, it's just so freaking good. And there's our Ob Nixilis. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's swing it. Well, no, because they have Emperor, right? They have the other Emperor in the graveyard. There is the Eternal Wanderer. So I'm not going to swing. Let's go for Ob Nixilis. And they're not running blue, so I don't have to worry about counters. Let's do this instead, because I'm pretty sure you've got Wandering Emperor. It's pretty face up. So, hello, and there it is, a 12 loyalty countered Ob Nixilis. I mean, come on, what is going on here? So, I'm actually going to do it on myself. Last game, we did it to them, but we don't have lethal that way, and they're more of a control deck, so I think we're really going to be a pain in their ass this way. I think this is a lot, yeah, I like what we just did there. Alright, let's go ahead and +1 them. We could create a double token, but if they have spot removal, I guess we'll just +1 them. We'll be annoying.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Alright. Oh, Portal. Okay, so I know it's not great for the Portal of Phyrexia, but I don't think I really care that much. Even if they do reanimate it, I don't know if I care that much. I think at this point, our wing... There's the Wandering Emperor. Hello, Emperor. But here's the thing, even if they do reanimate the portal, I don't know if I care, because, like, I mean, I do care, it's not great. So here's the invasion of Tovada, so they are going to get back their portal, so the +1 from the Ob Nixilis, probably not the best thing, but they still have a Collector's Vault, so I don't feel like it was that atrocious, because they could have gotten to the graveyard themselves anyway, but maybe that wasn't the right move, but I don't know, I still think we're fine. As long as we do have Shelly, I'm just trying to think of how we could get our win condition up here. Ouch! That tickled. The Everflowing Well. Well, we do have a lot of card advantage already, so Everflowing Well's maybe not the greatest thing right now. So let's see here. They are going to be able to reanimate something. I don't really care that much, though. Like, they can take a big beat stick, I guess, with Ancient One or a Shelly. I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong. I don't love it, but I don't think it's like the end of the world. I think our win condition is just flinging them. So I'm gonna take Corpse Appraiser. Let's try to get a Soul of the Lost or a Somnophage. Yeah, I guess we'll get rid of the Vermin. I know there's other stuff. Oh, there we go. So there's a Somnophage, and this is gonna be what, a 7/7. Okay, that's pretty good. We have 2 flings, so we have 2 Sell-Swords. So that's going to be the way that I'm going to try to win this. Let's go for the -2. +1. Let's see if they take the life or not.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Okay, so we get a little bit of life back to get rid of the restoration. I mean, they're not showing me any form of removal, so let's drop the Cruel Somnophage for 7. I think we're just going to go ahead and hit their face. So Callous Sell-Sword, boom, take them down to 11, and that feels pretty good. Now, again, they're going to bring something back with the portal. Even if they get, I mean, I don't really care. They get a Shelly, they get a Somnophage. They're just going to get a big meaty boy with with Summoning Sickness, so it doesn't really turn the tide of the game. Yep, a 7/7. I mean, we don't love it. Like, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world by any means. Plus, this Corpse Appraiser is going to hold off the little 2/2s. So, I mean, I don't think that they're, like, super overzealous to attack, but the Wandering Emperor can +1. I don't know. I think we're sitting at a good 60-40. I'm feeling pretty confident, but we'll see. Collector's Vault's going to go off to see if they can fix up their hand here. Alright. And nothing doing, so that's good. I don't know why they played that land. I mean, they probably should have just kept it in their hand for Treasure Vault next turn. But hopefully there's going to be no next turn. +3, I think I'm probably going to chump block with the Devil if they swing in here. This 3/3 first strike. Yeah, I'm going to chump block with the Devil here. Yeah, the Devil just gains us life, so I don't really care. If we just hit this, well, let's just poke their face. That is pretty much our main win condition anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and tap you on the face. With one more fling is all we'll need. Ooh, and there's a Cruel Somnophage. Let's go. Let's go in +1. And they didn't even... Yeah, like I said, I don't know why they played that land on their turn. That is an 8. Let's go ahead and pin them one more time. And they're down to 6, and that's going to be a good game. This Cruel Somnophage is a 7/7. I don't think we even have to mess around. We are going to take the Callous Sell-Sword, and that's it. I guess we could just go for the Everflowing Well. Let's just end it. I don't think they have anything they can play. No, there's no activated abilities. There's no nothing. Cruel Somnophage, fling with the sword straight to your face. I am sorry, Wail 105. That is going to be Jeez. Rhapsody Beam. How we doing here? This is not the best hand. I'm gonna keep it reluctantly. Oh, I saw that. That was a mulligan. Let's go ahead and give them the friendly mulligan. Hello. Everybody needs a friend when you take a mulligan. But yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, obviously the Cobbled Lancer. I do like the Cobbled Lancer. In certain matchups, it is really good, but like I said, this is a slower hand. I'm just glad we're not facing Mono Red. I do think Mono Red is pretty much done. Thankfully, we do have something to actually play. We could always play the Ancient One on turn 2, but I think we're going to go for the Souls of the Lost, because this way we can ditch an Ancient One. The Ancient One, we don't have a Ob Nixilis to kind of do that silly stuff, and we're pretty far away from being able to do Descend 8. And then we have food for the Lancer, so thankfully we did draw into the Souls of the Lost, but if we were playing against Mono Red, like, people still play it. People still play Mono Red for some reason. But I don't mean that condescendingly. I just mean, like, it's literally not even a good deck anymore. So let's go for the Cruel Somnophage, get a little bit of food action going for our Lancer, and then we drop our Lancer. I'm a pretty big fan of the Cobbled Lancer here. It was either between this and the Fairy that surveils 1, and then you can draw with it. It does the same thing as a Lancer. Pretty much comes down to, do you want a 1/1 flyer, or do you want a 3/3 on the ground? It's pretty close. I know that we did make our Souls of the Lost a little bit weaker this way. So now, oh yeah, hindsight's 2020. So now that they have this invasion, they're gonna swing in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. If I didn't play the Lancer, we could have bounced with the Souls of the Lost. But like I said, hindsight's 2020. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. We lose our Souls of the Lost, but the Souls of the Lost is not like the end game of everything here. Let's drop the Ancient One, and with the Cruel Somnophage, unless we, like, there's a 99% chance that we do get into Descend 8, and oh, hold on, we're at 7, so we need 8. So that means we discarded or milled a non-permanent. So that was probably what Wail of, yeah, the Wail of the Forgotten is not a permanent, so we don't get into the 8/8. That is unfortunate, but this is, and you almost feel bad for these older cards. I feel like Ixalan is like really, really good because, I mean, look at this. Titan of Industry just gets walled off by this Ancient One. I mean, it's pretty, it's almost kind of sad. Like, I mean, we do have to get it first, so I think we're going to go for the Corpse Appraiser, and I think we're going to try and sneak a land here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Pelucanos so we don't have to get our own stuff here. And there, we get our choice of 3 lands, so that's nice. Yeah, I guess we'll just take the Haunted Ridge. I mean, the other ones are too cute. And then the other ones go into the graveyard, and then we drop the Cruel Somnophage. So now we got a Cruel Somnophage. Now the Ancient One can block with its 8/8. And this Titan of Industry, your 7-drop has nothing. Ooh, okay, that's a, oh, okay. Well, now we got more problems. I was about to say, I was talking crap to the Titan of Industry, and now they got Galta, so. Okay, I think, okay, hello, Galta. Okay, I still don't think I don't think we're in that much of trouble here. Let's go for Cruel Somnophage number 2. It's a 5/5. They're hanging on to a Galta. We have other things that we can do. I don't really, Should we go for the Ob Nixilis? I'm gonna say no. Let's go for Souls of the Lost, and then let's sacrifice. We want to keep our board nice and taunt, so let's sacrifice the swamp here. Get another permanent, and that's 10/11. Depending on what they do, I don't want to lose the Souls of the Lost. We can get rid of the Cruel Somnophages. They're so like Glimpse the Core. That's like a 2-mana ramp, so I like that a lot for green. Yeah, green needs that. That's good. But, okay, so they got nothing going on. They just have this Galta, and they just pass. Thankfully, thank goodness, they just pass. Okay, now we're looking pretty good here. At this point, I think we kind of have a standstill, because they really don't want to attack, and our Soul of the Lost is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So now it just has to come down to the point, when do we want to drop this Ob Nixilis? And, you know, I am tempted. I am tempted to just use this. I think we're gonna go for the ability here. We do get a little bit more mill action to get our Souls of the Lost there. Okay, now we're at 12-13. Now we can comfortably ward off the Galta. Now I have no problems. The Galta is taken care of. We got Souls of the Lost, and they are mono green. So unless they have like some sort of huge mega pump thing for their whole board or something, they don't. They just pass it. And now we're good. Now I think it's Ob Nixilis time. Now I think we just go for Ob Nixilis, and I'm going to give up the Ancient one. We have Souls of the Lost that can outmatch the Ghalta, and then pretty soon these double Cruel Somnophages are going to. So let's use the Mindset on ourselves. Yeah, let's use it on ourselves. I want a little bit more firepower here. There we go, there we go. And I guess we actually only have 2 red sources, or 2 non-black sources, so let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we're in this for the long run. I think our only move here, realistically, is to kind of just get the Souls of the Lost up to 20 power, and then just hit their face. I think that's pretty much what we're gonna do. So let's go for yeah, let's do this. Cruel Somnophage, do a little bit more mill action, and then I guess we can go for the Gnawing Vermin. More mill action. We do have to pay 1 life. I don't really care. And look at this. This is just crazy. This is just wild. Like the Titan of Industry, Ghalta, they are no match for these gigantic creatures in Ob Nixilis. Kukumuzuma? How we doing here? How's it going? Sorry if I butchered your name. Try to get everyone. I give an honest try to everyone's name, but alright, let's go for the Haunted Ridge, and then yeah, I think it's a good hand. I mean, this is, I want to say like optimal. I mean, I guess technically we would have like the Shelly, but it's pretty close. So, alright, let's go for the Darkslick Shores. We can always kind of fetch another land with the Wail of the Forgotten, so I guess we'll just set up the graveyard. I think this is probably like the highest upside play. And if we don't draw a land, we always just go for the Wail of the Forgotten, just search for a land off the top 3. So I think we're sitting pretty here. So far, I guess I don't want to say first impression, because I mean we're probably on like a game like 4-ish now, but I think the deck is good. I think it is better than Mono Green. I think it's better. I don't know if it's better than Dinos, but let's go ahead and go for the Wail of the Forgotten. Let's go ahead and get Haunted Ridge. Can't really do too much with it. We can't flee anything for 1 with a Sell-Sword, so let's just pass. But this is okay. This is kind of a slower start, but that's okay. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think this deck is like pretty good. I have not played the Life Gain deck with Resplendent Angel yet, but I'm really eager to get into that. So we got our 4th land, and that's good. I think it always just like, how do you want to play it? Do we want to go for a Corpse Appraiser? I think we're just gonna be the most mana efficient. Drop the Ancient one. And then I guess we can go for another Wail of the Forgotten, or we can just drop a Cruel Somnophage. I think I'm going to lean towards the Somnophage. You really, when you play the Wail of the Forgotten for all 3 modes, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, let's go and drop you a 3/3, but that's okay. It'll get bigger and bigger as time goes on. But, I mean, even the Vinestalk deck, I don't think the Vinestalk deck got better with Ixalan, but it's still good. Like, it didn't really need to get any better. It's still a very, very formidable deck. You drop 1 Sunfall, and things get pretty gross pretty quick. I guess they could drop a Depopulate. If they drop another land here, a Mire, so I guess they could go for that. Hopefully not, but we do get a draw from the Ancient one if they do. Oh my goodness! Oh, I mean, I still don't like seeing it, but dang, okay. Not a big deal. And we have Ob Nixilis, and we have the Shelly. So now we gotta make a decision. The Wail of the Forgotten's pretty good. I mean, I guess we can do this, hit the Beanstalk. It's close. It's close. I think we're still gonna do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and just be annoying. So for 2, we get them to discard a card, we bounce something, and we get to search something off the top 3 of our deck. I mean, that's pretty wild. When I first read this card, it really didn't catch my eye. I don't know, like, it just really was like, but it's really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Souls of the Lost. And I think we'll go for Corpse Appraiser. It's a little bit more mana efficient, just because, I mean, the Souls of the Lost, like, we can't really do too much with that. So let's go for, we do whittle down our graveyard a little, but it's a small price to pay. Kind of fix us up here. Another Ob Nixilis, or we can go for Cruel Somnophage. I think let's take the land. I think we do need kind of more land. This is going to be kind of a grindier matchup. So let's see what they got here. Probably just play down the Beanstalk. It doesn't really make any sense. You know they're packing like Sunfall and stuff, but they're not going to want to go for Sunfall. It makes no sense. So Stormcarved Coast, and might as well attack first. If they've got Emperor, if you have Emperor, I'll feel a little dumb, but there we go. Okay, so they are playing. That's always nice. Let's go and swing in. If they do have the Emperor, we're gonna find out. Not the end of the world. There's the Emperor. Okay, not a big deal. I do kind of wish the Sell-Sword was an instant, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's okay, no problem. 22 to 19, and like I said, we still have quite a bit to play here. I think Do we want to go for Souls of the Lost? I think we kind of do. I'm always a little bit more keen on sacrificing the permanent. And now we can go for Ob Nixilis or Shelly. Let's do this. Now, I know they have Leyline Binding. They can't play Leyline Binding this turn, but I don't think they are, because they don't have any of the Triomes out. So this is why I'm electing to do this. I'm not going to go for the -7. If they have Ossification, they have Ossification. I'm playing into that. So Ob Nixilis, go ahead and get them. Do your thing, Obby. And if we play Shelly, then we just win. Because if I saw those triomes, those like, you know, they're not called triomes in standard, but whatever they are, the triple lands, I wouldn't do this because I'd be a lot more afraid of Leyline Binding. But it appears to me that they're not running Leyline Binding. They could only have like an Ossification or something. So if they have Ossification, they get rid of our 10 loyalty Ob Nixilis. It is what it is. We still can win. So up the beanstalk. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. If this 10 drop. If this 10 loyalty Ob lives and we drop the Sheoldred, it's a game over. It's essentially game over. All right, and this is it. It's looking pretty good. I mean, they can have like a Fateful Absence, I suppose, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Let's go ahead and drop Shelly and Sheoldred with Ob Nixilis, a big fat Ob Nixilis at that -7. That is automatically a good game. That is way too much damage. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. That is 21 damage, and that's GG's. That's GG's. Icky Bod Gray, how you doing here? Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and keep this. Pretty good hand. This is actually like a pretty good hand. I'd give this an A. Maybe not an A+. Yeah, I give it an A. Let's talk about the Cobbled Lancer here for a second. I mean, I think we've already kind of discussed it a little bit throughout the video, but I think Cobbled Lancer is a pretty good card. I really do. I think I've been like waiting for a deck to kind of like be able to use this. I think this is like the perfect little half mid-rangey kind of aggro-y thing where playing a 3 for 1 is good, but let's go ahead and just do, I think this is probably the best turn 2 plays. Just go ahead and mill ourselves. But how are we feeling? How are we feeling about at large, how are we feeling about Ixalan? It feels like Ixalan is more powerful than Eldraine. Just from a meta shifting standpoint, I feel like that's definitely the case. Dinos and the life gain stuff is like really good. I feel like Eldraine was a little bit meta. I mean, I liked Eldraine, but it just felt like from a meta shifting perspective, it did little. Ooh, so they have the Sell-Sword as well, so they have good taste. All right, well, hopefully we get the opportunity to drop our Sell-Sword, or the, you know, the whatever else it's called. But yeah, I think we can probably put the Cobbled Lancer on display here. Again, it does eat our graveyard, but that's okay. It's usually not that big of a deal. Let's not do our other Cobbled Lancer just because we can draw with that later if need be. And I think we can always drop the Cruel Somnophage here. We don't have any blue sources here, so a 2/2 still not that bad. So they're definitely running Grixis too. They gotta be running pretty much exactly what we're running. Not exactly. I'm not running the Epicure. Oh wow. Okay, maybe not really. This is definitely a different brew altogether because I don't have braids either. So yeah, you just strengthened my Somnophage, so I kind of like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you that card. That's a small price to pay. We only have one blue source, so I have to be cognizant of that. I guess we'll go for Wail the Forgotten. I probably should have played this beforehand, just in case we get a blue source. I guess we could go for like Cobbled Lancer or something like that, but it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. So Gnawing Vermin. Let's go ahead and just, yeah, I kind of like this. This is fine. This ends up being an okay line. Go ahead and get a little bit of mill action, and if we take this, well, hold on. Yeah, they can't, yeah, let's do this. They're not going to block with the braids. They're still pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could Sell-Sword the braids. I don't know. I mean, should we? Maybe we should. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. I think if we have an opportunity to finish off the game with a big Somnophage, we should probably do that. So that plan is out of the window, unfortunately. I still think we should have held on to it. Braids is not that threatening, especially with no like a board, no board to like sacrifice things. I don't know. I mean, they don't really have too much going on here. Oh, okay. Okay, what is this? This thing was with the artifacts, right? Yeah, at the beginning of each player's end step. Okay, so they didn't have an artifact to enter the battlefield though, so this doesn't really do anything. And they sacrifice a land. I'm gonna give it to you, but it's close. I am kind of tempted to do that. Still not a lot of blue sources. We don't need blue sources right now, but that's okay. I mean, we're gonna drop a Shelly, and then we can go for a Fling. So I'm gonna swing in here. If they want to bounce the 1/5, I think we can take the Gnawing Vermin and kill them that way. Again, yeah, the Braid, I don't care that much about the Braid. If they have nothing else to play, we're ahead of Braids, so that's the way I'm playing this. Let's go and hit the Gnawing Vermin, and with the -1, we're going to finish off the little artifact guru there. I'm at the point where if they sacrifice another land, I think I might just sacrifice the land with them, so... Okay, here we go, Braze. So they're going to sacrifice another land, and I think we're going to get rid of the Sulfurous Springs. Yeah, we have plenty of red-black, and that just taps us out for pain, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is fine. Still not a whole lot going on. We can just double swing. If they want to trade the Lancer, that's fine. And this is where I like that Cobbled Lancer. See, the Cobbled Lancer, very underrated. I'm really liking it. The 3/3 for 1 in certain matchups, it's just a pain. Like, it's... You can't beat it. A 3/3 for 1 is pretty good. And I'm speaking really highly of you, buddy. Let's go ahead and play you down even longer for 2. Guess we'll play around to make this appear potentially. And then I'm gonna play a Callous Sell-Sword because we had something die. This is gonna come in as a 3/3. Oh, never mind. I was just kidding. Yep, no, just kidding. That's okay. Down to 5 they go. I said, I mean, unless they have like something like truly, like, I guess Brotherhood or something, but if they're running Braids, I highly doubt they're running Brotherhood. They can't really sweep the board. I'm just gonna sacrifice another land, it's fine. Like, we have dominated on the ground, so, and that's it. Easy as curtains, baby.